What's good, guys? Today we're going to be working on Blox fuel pressure regulator. If you ordered one of these off of eBay, most likely it didn't come with any instructions. You could look them up on the website, on Blox website. So this works on 88 to 2000 CRX and Civics, 90 to 01 Integras, Accords, I think 98 to 2002, NSXs, stuff like that. So definitely look up, make sure you get the right one for your application. Look it up. It should have the information you need, whether you're purchasing it from Blox or from eBay or Amazon, whatever the case may be. So definitely research, make sure you get the right one. It works on factory fuel rails and most aftermarket fuel rails, so definitely do some research on that too. I'm going to be using a factory one for now until I need to upgrade, but I'm going to show you how to do this today. So you're going to be using your factory fuel pressure regulator, and you're going to be cutting off. You're going to be cutting a line halfway through this section here, all the way around. You gotta be careful you don't just cut straight through. There's a spring and some other stuff in here, so you want to just cut just this part here. Just take a little. I'm going to be using a Dremel with a disc on it, so just you're going to cut all the way around here, and then you're going to take this section off. And then you'll be putting on this part on top, and then that's going to allow you to adjust your fuel pressure regulator, or your fuel pressure. This allows you to go up to, I think, about 60 psi. It's 25 to 60 psi. So if you need a little bit of bump in fuel pressure, this will do it. The price is cheap compared to like an AEM one. Of course, the AEM ones are probably a better route, but if you're on a budget like me, this is good. I'm not going for anything super high, so I think 60 is probably the most I would go for. So this is going to work out well for me. If you're going to be putting one of these on, you're definitely going to want to use a fuel pressure gauge. Also, I have a VMS one here that I also ordered on eBay, so this should work out. This is a liquid fueled one, goes up to about 100 psi, so this will work well for me. That was also a pretty good price. So yeah, we're gonna cut that off, and then put the O-ring on, put that in there, put this spring on, and bolt it down. So that's a plan for today. And let's get started on it. Alright, so here we go. Step one, protection. And so just going to be using the one glove to hold the fuel pressure regulator. I don't think I need the second one for the Dremel. So what I did here was put a piece of tape to kind of give me an idea of where I need to cut to try to get somewhat of a straight line on this thing. So that's what I did there, and got the Dremel ready, put the disc on there, a little flat one. We'll see. I got some thicker ones, so we'll try these first and see how they go, but if not, then we'll use a big boy. So here we go. there we go. See, that's about all we took off right there. So I cleaned this up a little bit. Probably get some air, compressed air or something, and spray this out. And then clean these little pieces off next. But this is all you need to cut off, just like that. Alright, so now that we got the top portion of that cut off, we're going to go ahead and start assembling this thing. I'm not going to be using any sort of Teflon tape on this, in case you were wondering, or any sort of sealant or anything like that. Mine came already put on. I know some of them come with this thing, you know, taken off and, you know, like so, and then you'd have to just put it on yourself. This one was already on, so I'm not going to be doing anything with that. But I am going to be cleaning this out a little bit. I'm going to spray this with some brake cleaner, just in case there's anything in it. It looks pretty clean though, but better safe than sorry. So I'm going to spray that, and then we'll start assembling this thing. Okay, so first we're going to put the O-ring in here. There's a little groove here. Try to push it inside there. I don't know if you could see that. Looks like it's going to be a little difficult to stay in there. It's kind of bigger than the ring. There we go. You can see that there. O-rings in there, and then with the spring like so. I don't think it matters which way it goes, so let's put it on like that. Oh, maybe we should put it on here first, and we can install this upside down. So just like that, spring in there. I'll put that just like that. There we go. And then you're going to want to take the bottom portion. Doesn't look like this has a direction. Doesn't have any indications. So I'm just going to put it on like so. And then we're going to start putting the bolts in. Just get those started. There is a torque sequence, I guess, that they recommend. It's just a cross pattern, really. Nothing crazy. That one doesn't want to go in there. it's a little crooked, so we're gonna see why it's doing that. There we go. Alright. Let's go over here to this side. I'll go back over here. And there's the last one. Alright, so I'm just going to do a cross pattern. We'll go here, 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 and then here. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, been here for a few minutes fidgeting with this thing. A couple of the bolts weren't wanting, like the last one wasn't wanting to bolt up. It was cocked sideways a little bit, so didn't want to go in. So I had to play with it for a little bit. I took it off and put it back on. But basically what I did was just very loosely put like one thread, maybe a couple, maybe like 2 threads in each one. Went really slowly, and I was able to get all the threads to go through. So now we'll go ahead and bolt it all the way down. We'll start, let's go slowly here, 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 and here. Well, let's see how it goes this time. Looks like I might have another issue. These bolts are a little too long. They're hitting the top of the mounting points right here. I don't know if you can see that. The bolts are hitting and there's no way for me to get past them. I've rotated it and it's the same thing. I spun it around, see if that was any different, but it's not, it's the same. So okay, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back these out here. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. I'll just do it right now so you can see. Back this out, rotate this, and I'll screw these back in here, like so. Get them pretty far down. Right there, should work, right? And then I might go a little bit tighter on that one. And then I'll just take the Dremel and I'll just chop these ends off right here a little bit, just so that way if I take it all the way out and I cut it, I might mess the threads up. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just leave it on here with it threaded through already, chop off what I need, and then I can back it out a little bit and then rotate it and and then bolt them back down. So that's what I'll go ahead and do. Here we go. I'm gonna chop these two off real quick, and then we'll see how it goes. I want to try to put it on my car, mount it on there, and make sure it works. I'm not sure I'm going to do it in this video though. I feel like I should, since I'm, you know, chopping some stuff off. But I'm not sure. We'll see. If I do, I'll definitely, you know, post it. Otherwise, I'll just do this, and you guys can, you know, see if you feel like it's something you want to try to take on, or, you know, attempt to do. I mean, all we're really doing is cutting these, you know, a portion of these off, just so that way it could sit flush. So we'll see. Here we go. Okay, now we should be able to, let's see which way we're gonna go with this thing. So I'll have to back out these, the two in front. Well, I might have to back out all of them really, so it comes off evenly, nothing strips. So we'll just do a couple at a time. See, yep, there we go. Rotate it right there. Perfect, just like that. Now it's straight, and you can see. And when I bolt this thing down, it shouldn't come. I mean, it'll come close, but it shouldn't touch the top of this. And if it does, we'll go ahead and chop off a little bit more. But looks like it'll clear. So let's go ahead and put it back in, back on. Bolt it back and. Keep our fingers crossed. There we go. All right. Looks good. You see right there, they don't even really come close. That worked out really well. Everything's sealed up pretty good. It's not going anywhere. Everything's nice and tight, and that is pretty much it. That's it. Just make sure you throw your O-ring back on. Make sure you have this on here. You don't want to lose it. So either save it until you're ready to put it back on, or put it on and bolt it back up right away. But that's it. And you can see there's some tension there. I'm trying to tighten this thing down, and I can already feel that it's building some tension, going against the spring, so that definitely works. But of course we won't know until I bolt it on and put the fuel pressure gauge on. So there it is, guys. And hopefully, I'm thinking maybe I chopped off a little too much. I don't think so. I mean, but it's possible. I mean, maybe you're supposed to go a little bit higher. I'm pretty sure they recommended that you cut about halfway through. Maybe, you know, just in case, start a little bit higher. I mean, of course, you know, once you start chopping this thing off, you know, there's no putting it back. I mean, unless you want to weld it or something, but that's doing a little too much, I think. So definitely maybe start a little bit higher and then test it out, get a, you know, a feel for where it's at. Maybe if I would have went a little bit higher, I don't know, maybe these bolts here would have cleared. I'm not sure. But I think this is gonna work. I think it's gonna be fine. Everything looks good. I'll go ahead and bolt it up right now. Alright guys, so GoPro got hot and shut off. So here it is, all bolted up. I did have a little issue with these here. kind of getting in the way for me to be able to put a standard size socket on there. So I just you know, screwed it on by hand until I got farther in, and then I just grabbed an open end wrench, and then I was able to get it in there and torque it down on each side. And the other thing to keep in mind is definitely you're going to want to pick up some longer hose from the auto parts store. When you put this on, of course, it changes, you know, the factory location is here. So now that it's on the top, you're going to want to get a little bit longer hose, or I think they actually sell like the angles here that you can screw onto here. I think, I could be wrong, but easy thing to do, just to get longer hose so you can mount it on there and put it there. But yeah, it's all on there. It's it. Hopefully you guys don't run into issues like I did, and if you do, hopefully you know, my solution will work for you as well. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and see you on the next one.